Hey, what's going on? This is Poly Studio. Welcome to my channel. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on that notification to get the latest videos on art books for movies and video games, collectibles, and art projects, because that's what you'll find right here. Hey, what's up YouTube? Thanks for tuning in and welcome to Poly Studio, where I flip through art books, talk about art related topics, show off some cool stuff, and much more. I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy through this crazy time. Without further ado, let's get into it. Now, this video has two parts, the art book flip through and Ellie edition swag. As with any art book flip through videos, there may be spoilers. This deluxe edition art book comes with a heavy-duty archival quality slipcase, a gallery quality lithograph print, and an exclusive cover with gilded pages. The organization of this book follows the gameplay, and it is heavy in environmental concept art. As you play through the game, the characters are exploring and traveling to different regions to uncover story elements from different characters and timelines via flashbacks and whatnot. There are just a handful of character designs and iteration pages sprinkled throughout the book. Again, this is due to the book's organization follows the game's narrative. All of the environment paintings are just gorgeous, even in the relatively small sizes on these pages. They are masterfully painted to set up the world where players will be immersed in. From the bitter cold snow-covered Jackson, Wyoming to the vast empty cityscape in Seattle, Washington, and finally the warm coast of Santa Barbara, California. Much of these paintings are done in landscape orientation, 9:16 ratios, with some in extra wide, almost panoramic, roughly 1:3 ratios. Two paintings stood out to me in particular on page 162, the section labeled as Ellie's Farm. They are pretty much the same painting in terms of subject matter. You can see Ellie walking in a golden, overgrown field towards a house in the distance. It reminds me of a painting done by Andrew Wyeth, a realist painter, titled Christina's World. Christina in this painting was Wyeth's neighbor who had a degenerative muscle condition left her unable to walk. She preferred to crawl instead of being in a wheelchair. Wyeth said this about his painting: "The challenge to me was to do justice to her extraordinary conquest of a life which most people would consider hopeless. I found this extremely fitting to Ellie's story, someone who is living in a world that is filled with imminent threats from animals, bandits, other groups of survivors, spores, and of course, the infected. I can imagine some may also consider this world to be bleak and where hope is a luxury item." There's high contrast between light and shadow in almost every single painting. In art, this is called chiaroscuro. Definition from Wikipedia is the use of strong contrast between light and dark, usually bold contrast affecting a whole composition. Now, of course, some paintings are done in lower contrast with lots of gray and blue tone to set up a moody, cold, and even an eerie environment. Alright, that's it from me for the art book flip through. I hope you enjoyed the rest of the book and stay for the collector's swag. Feel free to jump ahead as well. Timestamps are in the description. Let's see what we got from the Ellie edition of the game. The first thing here is Ellie's replica backpack. I find the quality of the backpack to be very nice. The feel of the fabric and various compartments would definitely work well in a post-apocalyptic world. There are 2 zipped up pockets on each side of the backpack where the straps are. And then there is a pocket up top, which I find many new backpacks have nowadays to hold sunglasses, maybe keys, or anything you want to get to quickly. The overall design of this backpack really reminds me of the JanSport backpacks I would have back in the days. My estimate, this backpack holds roughly about 26 liters. Let's take a look at the main compartment. It looks fairly spacious. There is a small pocket or divider in the back here. Let's see what's inside. It looks like 3 more exclusive swag that comes with the Ellie edition of the game. This first item is the Lithograph art print and thank you letter, which we can take a look in a bit. And here is the 48-page mini art book. This here is a steel case for the game and installation disc. On the cover, we have portraits of Ellie and Abby on each side. Even before you play the game, it is already setting up a foreshadow the relationship between these 2 characters. Okay, let's take a look at this Lithograph art print and thank you letter. It's a nice gesture for the developer and the director of the game to include this. The art print is a glimpse of an early part of the game where Ellie and Dina are exploring the city. Here is the mini art book. It is roughly a fifth of the content in the art book I already flipped through. The book's main focus is characters and have a small section for environment. It's a mini art book, so it gives you a small taste of what you will find in the full version. Moving on, let's see what other swag are in this edition. I put them in the backpack's front pocket. It looks like we have a replica of Ellie's bracelet. Very nice. A set of stickers with Ellie's tattoo. And a set of enamel pins. Okay, not a bad set of collectibles. It's actually pretty standard from my experience for all collector's editions. I'm not a huge unboxing video fan, and if I watch them, I usually go straight to the product anyways. The box that the Ellie edition came in, it was a giant big cube of a box. Inside of it are also other smaller black boxes, which I will most likely toss, but this box here I may keep because it has this creepy forest on it. And inside are a game title patch and the 7-inch vinyl with music from the original soundtrack, which I thought was pretty sweet. I am actually planning to get a turntable, so this should be fun. The record cover is yet another hint to what Ellie and Abby will go through in this game. Using art like these sure does draw me in as a player to get my mind ready for the story The Last of Us Part 2 has in store for me. Let's take a look at the record itself. Now, I'm not a vinyl collector, but this indigo blue vinyl is pretty badass. I like it. Now, is this common for records to be clear? Anyone out there who collects vinyl or knows anything about vinyls is welcome to chime in. Hey, just leave me a comment below. Thanks. Okay, usually I would say last but not least. In this case, for this sculpture, it may not be dead last in the items of collectability goes. It's definitely towards the bottom for me. As sculpture goes, this was a disappointment. The sculpt details on Ellie are okay, but the color on the face and arm, they're just flat. The base, the giant concrete column she is sitting on is pretty bad as well. The paint job overall can definitely be pushed further with details. In comparison to the game's environment, the care they put in the game is not found anywhere in this sculpture. Alright, well this is the end of the video. I really appreciate your time in watching this video. I really wanted to get into gameplay and maybe review the game a little bit, but I just ran out of time. Definitely chime in with your views of the game art, the game itself, story, gameplay. I know it's a hot topic. All are welcome. As always, thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing for future art content. Share this with a friend and drop a like and comment below. I'll catch you in the next flip through.